Hello, this is Chill Pilgrim, and welcome to my top 5 Tuesdays at 5. And, huh? What'd you say? Ted has something he wants to tell me here. Oh yeah, okay, my bad. I forgot I'm shooting this video for the Blu-ray Brothers channel, not my channel. So first I want to thank the Blu-ray Brothers for inviting me on their channel to present my top 5 Arnold, Arnold Schwarzenegger films. But before I get into that, I want to talk about the Sly versus the Schwarzenegger versus Sly or Stallone action superstar from the 80s that they had. Back in the 80s, they made a slew. They were considered the action stars of the 80s, Sylvester and Schwarzenegger. And I always preferred Schwarzenegger. And the reason why is because he did most of movies he did were in my genre, which is sci-fi, fantasy. And Stallone, he mostly did action films, Rambo, Tango and Cash, and of course Rocky. So he did action sports, whereas Schwarzenegger did sci-fi, he did action, he did fantasy, and he even did later in his career he would do a little bit of horror, and I'm referring to the End of Days. Pays to be organized. End of Days. This came in. He did this in the early 2000s before he became the governor of California. So he also did other. He did comedies too, and then so did Sly. But I always preferred the Schwarzenegger comedies over Sly's comedies, like Twins, and even Kindergarten Cop. And but I just enjoy Schwarzenegger better than Sly when it comes to movies. However, with that said, I think Stallone is the better filmmaker. So now let's start with my my top 5, or my top 5 movies. First, I'm gonna give an honorable mention to number 8, The Running Man. Number 7, Last Action Hero. And number 6. And I gotta say, my number 5 and number 6 were kind of very, very close. So, and number 6 would be Terminator. Now let's start my top 5, and I'm just going to talk briefly about them. So coming in at number 5 is Conan the Barbarian. This here really, I think this, and along with Terminator, is what puts Schwarzenegger in the spotlight. And this movie here, James Earl Jones is in it. He plays the bad guy. Of course, Arnold is Conan. And it has some great fantasy elements in it. It has a giant snake where Schwarzenegger fights a giant snake. And yeah, so there you go. Number 5, Conan. Number 4 is Total Recall. This movie is loaded with one-liners. It has and a lot of product placement. It's it's kind of a cheesy sci-fi, but it's still good. I like it. I enjoy it mostly because of all the one-liners. Plus, Michael Ironside's in this, and he's underappreciated as a, in my opinion, as a B-list actor. People hardly ever talk about him, but he's done a lot of great sci-fi movies himself. But yeah, this here Schwarzenegger. Of course, he has some, like I said, some great one-liners in here, and it's a fun movie. Coming in number 3, Predator. This here has an alien who comes to the planet Earth to hunt people as part of their ritual for their for their species to become warriors. They have to go on this hunt, and they hunt down Arnold and his team of commandos or special assassins. I forgot what they were in this, but yeah, fun movie, great special effects. And the guy who plays the Predator, I forgot his name. Michael Hall? No, I can't remember. But yeah, that's number 3. Number 2 is T2. This here is a action thrill ride from beginning to end. He plays a reversal of his character in the first movie. In the first movie, he was a bad guy. In this movie, Arnold's a good guy. And Linda Hamilton stole the show. Well, she didn't steal the show, but she really beefed up for her part in this movie. And it's just, hey, it's my second favorite. And my first favorite, my number 1 Schwarzenegger film, which I do not own on Blu-ray or DVD, because I don't think it's on Blu-ray yet. And I heard that the DVD version is pretty bad quality, so I never got it. And that movie is True Lies. Another James Cameron film. And True Lies, I just love it because it's the beginning of the movie is like a comedy. At the end, it turns into an action, or somewhere in the middle, it turns into an action film. And it's just Jamie Lee Curtis was great as his wife. Tom Arnold was funny, and of course Bill Paxton as the used car salesman was hilarious. So yeah, there you go. That's my top 5 Arnold films, and I want to give one more film a honorable mention, and that is a movie from his comeback, and that is Sabotage. This film here could have been as good as this movie here, Departed. But the Suits told the director they wanted this film to be more action oriented. So the director had to make cuts to appease the Suits. And in doing so, it ruined the film. And it completely changes the nature of Arnold's character. The ending changed, and this movie had the potential to be number 1 on my list. But because they gutted it, it didn't even make my top 8. So there you go. That's my video. Once again, I want to thank the Blu-ray brothers for having me. I appreciate it. And as always, have a chill-tastic day.